Meantime, a UNC student now facing criminal charges in a high-tech crime. One that some in the campus community fear is exposing a safety vulnerability there that extends far beyond the campus. Police say the student, Andrew Su, used a form of digital hacking to access spaces all over the campus that were off limits, even at one point trying to get into an office to take a master key. WRAL Investigates Sarah Kruger explains the technology and what the student claims was his motive.
A lot of us use key fobs like this to get into our offices. Well, here at UNC, they use them to get into their dorms. These latest charges against a student show just how vulnerable these are. Andrew Su, seen here in a police search warrant, is now charged with 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. Police say he was cloning other students' key fobs, using them to go into multiple dorms that weren't his, and even at one point trying to go into offices to take a master key. Scary to other students.
That is something that really worries me. That's just not okay anymore. We're all adults here. We're college students.
When police searched Sue's dorm room, they took 3 cards, 3 fobs, and an RFID reader and writer. That stands for radio frequency identification.
It's definitely dangerous.
Cyber expert Grant Gibson explains it's a pretty cheap device that can clone someone's key fob just by standing close to them.
If you have a device that's just set to scan for this, right? It can be in your backpack. It can be in a pocket. You don't have to hold it. You don't have to point it. You don't have to make it obvious.
UNC staff noticed irregularities that led them to catch on to what was happening, but it took about 2 months.
Why do you think places like universities don't use something more sophisticated?
It's the cost of upgrading that, right? We're not just talking about replacing the keys, right? We've got to replace all the locks on all the doors.
According to a search warrant, Sue claims he copied the fobs to get into a friend's dorm more easily. Sue's attorney sent me a statement calling it an unfortunate misunderstanding with no malicious intent, saying his client is a Dean's List student who attends UNC on scholarships that cover his full tuition. Still, it troubles some students as it exposes a security vulnerability.
I don't necessarily think it's just a UNC thing. It could probably happen anywhere.
Sarah Kruger, WRAL News, Chapel Hill.
So Sarah asked UNC if this incident has prompted them to tighten security there. And in response, they said, quote, "We will examine current protocols and implement additional security enhancements to further strengthen residence hall security as necessary." She also asked if that student charged is still enrolled at the school there at UNC, but she has not heard back.